especially the people, more than two persons, they sit together and discuss about some agenda that is called meeting. In order to have a good meeting, there should be at least six persons. There should be at least 6 person in that meeting. So while conducting the meeting, they discuss on the agenda, and while talking about the agenda, they do have eye contact, uh, body language. They express their they are supposed to have a body language that means eye contact and answer the questions with confidence. And even if don't know the answer of the question, don't hesitate to answer to them. So that is a generally the meeting is conducted when there is necessary things to be discussed, and a meeting can be called for routine basis, or can be weekly meeting, or can be monthly, or half yearly, or annual meeting. So it depends on the type of the meeting any organization can conduct. And the purpose or objective of any meeting is to discuss the some problems or some agendas and come to the new uh, recommendation, or come to the conclusion that how they can implement or how they can improve the things. And one more thing, the meeting always should be short, concise, and the agenda that will discuss that are discussed in the meeting should be mm, in less number, so that the people or attendee of the meeting can understand the, the agenda which are. uh, yeah, I will share my screen. So I'm just talking the brief about a meeting. So how any meeting generally conduct, you already know about this, the what is meeting and how the meeting is conducted, and my focus is just to remind you the language focus, means language portion of any kind of meeting. What sort of language, or what would be how to speak in a meeting. So while conducting a meeting, they do have a specific time, place, and objective, and share the information in advance to the participants who are going to attend the meeting. They are the coordinator or organizer of the meeting. They send those information in advance so that the attendee of the meeting can prepare for that. Even if the meeting is informal, for most of the time meeting will be formal, but sometimes the meeting may be informal, means in order to review the information, in order to review the any activity, means if there is any sort of emergency, the meeting can be conducted immediately, and that can be the informal meeting also. So that is conducting a meeting. And how to attend the meeting. See, attending the meeting, if you are an invitee, and you already have the information about the meeting, means information about the meeting, I mean to say the agenda that are going to discuss in the meeting. You are already aware about that, and you will prepare for. And if the agenda is concerned to you and concerned to your department, maybe you are manager, you are sales manager, and the meeting agenda is one of them related to the sales, and you are the responsible to answer the questions or answer the agenda for the issue that is in the meeting. So you have to prepare for that, and maybe may require to take the all data sheet and information regarding the sales progress, and everything compare. You may have to compare the information like sales ratio, salesperson uh, in the last quarter, in the previous year, and how the going is, what is the condition of the employee or staff, what is their sales ratio, and who are doing the excellent job and who are not, who are beyond the targets. All information you'll have to study, or you'll have to gather those all information, and you have to ready for to answer the questions in the interview. So this is how you attend the interview, attend the meeting. Okay, and now the actual class. what I wanted to tell you about the meeting is language focus. This is our main concern for this class. ये इंग्लिश में अब since this is language class, हम इंग्लिश की लैंग्वेज क्लास पढ़ रहे हैं. So वहाँ मीटिंग में क्या होता है क्या नहीं होता, you know already. You perhaps you might have attended any sort of meeting. uh, so मीटिंग में क्या होता है, मीटिंग का कोई नेचर के अनुसार अलग अलग एजेंडा के बारे में डिस्कस होता है. But here what we are going to mainly focus on the language part. Language for how to open the meeting, how to go through the meeting, means how to conduct the meeting and how to end of that meeting. This is the main important thing that I wanted to talk to you. So when you are going to uh, begin a meeting, so there are four steps of beginning of any meeting. While you open a meeting or while you begin a meeting, there there are four methods. Like so, these are some examples how you can start the meeting. Generally in a meeting there will be a chairperson. We don't say chairman or chair lady. We rather to say chairperson. And if you say the chairman or chairwoman, chair lady, you say that's gender wise. So it's better to say chairperson. So there will be a chairperson who is supposed to give the permission of meeting starting, and the same person will also conclude the meeting. And while opening the meeting, the you have to tell everyone with a polite and a greeting way, "Thank you for coming." Okay, because you have already shared the time, what time that you are going to start the meeting. So thank you for coming. You would say, "Thank you for coming. It's at 10 o'clock. Let's start." Or, "Okay, shall we begin?" This is how you can start. Means right then, can we start? So means when you are opening a meeting, you have to ask the permission from the members, means meeting members. Means it is considered as a good practice that you have to ask the permission from the participant. Okay, thank you for coming. It's a 10 o'clock. Shall we start? This is how you can start your meeting with the permission from the people. And after that, you got a response from them. Yes, sure. Let's start. Everyone is presented. You get that type of response. Then you'll say, "No, I'm gonna tell you the reason why we are gathered or why we have a meeting today. We have to today to discuss, or what we want to do today is reach out a decision. Our aim is to, or the purpose of this meeting is to." This is how you introduce, means you tell the objective of the meeting. After that, you tell the objective of meeting and you talk about the agenda. Our agenda for the today are, so in meeting there won't be more than two or three agendas, because the agenda is a very vast topic. Maybe sometimes you may have to talk about the different situation or different examples or different scenarios that are happening in the company, happening in the college, or happening in that organization. So agenda, maybe up to three agenda can be conducted in a small meeting. If you have more than three agenda, five agendas, the nature of the meeting will be very large and it takes lots of time. Means it may occur of 3 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours. And generally if the meeting is conducted more than 2 hours, it may be boring, or you may not come to the final conclusion. जैसे मीटिंग 1-2 घंटा, मैक्सिमम 2 घंटे से ज़्यादा मीटिंग होता है, तो उसमें मीटिंग में ज़्यादा कंफ्यूजन के पॉसिबल हो सकता है, क्योंकि एजेंडा के बारे में टू द पॉइंट डिस्कस नहीं हो पाता है. क्योंकि you may the participant may not be such active all the time. So if you have lots of points or lots of agenda to discuss in the meeting, अब जैसे uh, you may have to take a break. Means that you have to give the break to the members, like after 2 hours you can have a short break, for example tea break or lunch break, and after 15 or 30 minutes of break you can resume your meeting. So this is the general nature of meeting. That's a different thing. So the language portion here is, you will get the permission, means you seek the permission from the members, and you talk about the objective, what is the reason for this meeting, and you talk about the agenda. Okay, agenda, you start like On the agenda, you will see there are the three items. On the agenda, you will see there are the 3 points that I have mentioned and that I wanted to consider in this meeting. So, have you all seen the copy of the agenda? So, of course, since this is a meeting and you have already informed to the participate, all the participants. So, you may ask the question: have you seen all the agenda in the meeting? You can ask. You can confirm. I suggest we take the next item on the agenda. So, this is how you begin your meeting, and now you would like to ask to first participant to view or to give the opinion regarding the agenda. I would like to ask Sudhi, Sunidhi, or can we hear from Mr. Vapsi? This is how the meeting actually start of each person who are the participant in the meeting, and you may ask, means since you are a coordinator of the meeting, so you will ask to each and every person to view or to express their opinion or their progress report, and it depends on the uh, nature of meeting. So you would ask to you will take a name of the person, and you will allow him or her to say something about the agenda which is concerned to that person. तो जैसे आप नाम लेके उसके बाद अब हम ये करने जा रहे हैं कि मतलब मिस्टर सुदेनी और मिस्टर विकास अपने विचार और इसके रिगार्डिंग अपने प्रोग्रेस रिपोर्ट बताया हमें, ऐसे करके मीटिंग formally starts. And since this is a meeting, so each and everyone can raise their points, can discuss on the agenda. Okay. Likewise, in the GD group discussion, the language focus for the meeting will be similar. Like while you are stating an opinion, while you are talking about it, while you are giving your opinion regarding to an agenda, you can say, "It seems to me clearly. I believe this is how." Or if you have to interrupt the person, you have to use the language focus, like language things. Excuse me, I'm afraid, but I cannot agree with that. This is how handling the interruption. If someone is interrupting, means this is the meeting of different departments, the manager from the different departments, and you are from the sales department, another is from a marketing department, and another is the operation department, and you know, जैसे अलग अलग डिपार्टमेंट का अलग अलग ब्लेम गेम भी चलता है. जैसे सेल्स डिपार्टमेंट अपना सेल्स मतलब उसका सेल्स टारगेट अचीव नहीं कर पा रहा है, तो दे मे ब्लेम टू द ऑपरेशन और द मार्केटिंग डिपार्टमेंट. जैसे जितना मार्केटिंग डिपार्टमेंट जितना एडवर्टाइज करेगा उसी हिसाब से तो सेल्स होगा. दे विल ब्लेम, एंड इन द सेम वे मार्केटिंग डिपार्टमेंट also will blame to the another department, may blame, means they have already done lots of hard work for marketing to make aware the people about their product and goods, their goods and services, but they may still blame to the sales department that they are not able to convert that marketing or advertisement into the sales. So this sort of blame or sort of disputes or confusion or any type of thing can happen. So at that time you have to prepare for the interruption, prepare for the answer from the different departments. And while moving on the discussion, you can say, okay, can we just ignore the points, whatever happened in the last quarter or the previous year? Now we have to focus on the uh, of current quarter or current month. We have to focus on the current month instead of just blaming the previous and what happened. And we through the we can learn the lesson from the previous sales progress and previous report, and so that we can improve for the current month and upcoming month. ऐसे करके can move on the discussion, depends on the type of meeting. So once you have discussed on all the agendas and all the points and come to the conclusion or recommendation and suggestion, कोई भी मीटिंग के अनुसार आपने मतलब एजेंडा के बारे में डिस्कस की, आपने जो आपको जो आंसर था, क्वेश्चंस थे, उसके आपने आंसर बताए, और आपका रिपोर्ट्स जो आपके डिपार्टमेंट के और आपके जो रिपोर्ट्स थे उसके बारे में आपने बताए सारे. आफ्टर कमिंग टू दी points or answering to all the agendas or questions raised in the meeting, and there come to the conclusion part. That is called that's a conclusion of the meeting, closing of the meeting. So we have conducted, or we have decided, we came to the resolution that we came to the resolution that we are going to implement those things. ऐसे ऐसे हमने ये डिस्कस की करी, अब इसके बाद हम ये इम्प्लीमेंट करने जा रहे हैं करके, there will be a brief conclusion or brief summing up regarding to the meeting. Then, uh, if we have the only points, if we have the only points to discuss, now we have completed the meeting. So this is how you can say. After that, the chairperson of the meeting will conclude the meeting. Thanks. He will address like. Thank you so much for everyone. Thank you so much everyone for attending the meeting, and it was a fruitful or very it was very great meeting or fruitful meeting that we are able to address the problems or the situation of our organization, so that we can come to the new rule or new policy to be effect to implement those new policy or new rule and regulation effective immediately. ऐसे करके चेयरपर्सन अपना मतलब अपना विचार एक मतलब शॉर्ट समिंग ऑफ 1 or 2 minutes, 1-2 मिनट का टाइम लेके वो मीटिंग के एंड करते हैं. This is how the meeting conducts, and this is how we have to speak in any meeting, like how to start, how to give introduction, and do prepare for the meeting, and wait for the interruption. And if you have to, sometime you may have to uh, interrupt someone else because someone else is not satisfied with your progress, or not some other department, or some people are just condemning about your department progress, and maybe other things. So you have to prepare for that, and always have to be very polite, and in a meeting while you are stating your ideas or your opinion, or especially in handling the interruption, you may have to, जैसे आपको starting में थोड़ा सा loud में बोलना होगा और धीरे से समझाना होगा. It doesn't mean that you have to shout. मतलब इसका मतलब नहीं कि आपको चिल्लाना है. इसका मतलब है कि starting में I totally agree, or yeah, excuse me, I got your point. ऐसे करके आप थोड़ा सा little bit loudly बोल सकते हैं, और उसके बाद धीरे से आप you may have to in a low or low intonation or low tone. This is how the meeting is conducted. This is how the language focus we have discussed from here. Okay, from minute from meeting, there is not such questions, but you may have a question like write a meeting regarding to the write a meeting regarding to a college cultural program that you were as a president of स्टूडेंट यूनियन. जैसे आप कॉलेज के स्टूडेंट यूनियन थे, उसमें आपने न्यू एक कल्चरल प्रोग्राम के रिगार्डिंग आपने एक मीटिंग करी. वो मीटिंग कैसे कैसे मतलब आप कल्चरल प्रोग्राम कैसे आप कंडक्ट करेंगे उसके रिगार्डिंग मीटिंग हुआ था. सो राइट अ मीटिंग रिगार्डिंग टू दैट. ऐसा टाइप का क्वेश्चन आ सकता है, बट मोस्ट प्रोबेबली आपको मिनट राइटिंग में ऐसा क्वेश्चन आएगा. तो मीटिंग के बारे में ज़्यादातर ऐसा क्वेश्चन नहीं होता. एंड अनदर थिंग इज मेमो और मेमोरेंडम. Okay, memorandum. If you're looking at my screen, I'm showing you the format of memorandum or memo. Memo और memorandum. ऐसे आपको मेमो और मेमोरेंडम का फॉर्मेट बनाने का एक क्वेश्चन आ सकता है, पॉसिबल है. सो ये व्हाइल यू आर राइटिंग द मेमोरेंडम, मेमो, व्हाट इज मेमो? Okay, memo is internal communication of organization. Memorandum or memo is internal piece of communication of any organization that you may have to discuss on some agenda quickly due to the circumstances or due to the incident accident of any goods and services, or you may have to conduct a meeting, or you may have to meet together, you may have to sit together to discuss on the agenda which may have come uh, urgently, which may have came urgently, especially memo. Okay, that if you have already planning for if you are already planning for a meeting, or you have a certain agenda that you have already discussed on, at that time you will have meeting, or even if before conducting any type of meeting or any seminar or any program, you may circulate or you may send the memorandum to the concerned persons. जैसे कोई मीटिंग करनी है और कोई कॉन्फ्रेंस करनी है, कोई भी प्रोग्राम करनी है, उससे पहले आप एक मेमो सेंड कर सकते हैं to concerned person who are going to participate in that meeting. So you can send that memo or memorandum to concerned persons. Like this is the format, and a memorandum is a formal piece of writing, internal communication, and it won't use the greeting or something like that. It would be the directive, and most of the time, memorandum is sent from the person who is in the higher designation to the staffs or the other people from the lower designation. Let's say memorandum memo is sent from the person who is in the senior designation. Like if you see, if you are looking at my screen, the memo is sent from managing director to all the managers of different departments who are concerned to this: sales, production, finance, export, quality and control. And a subject, since this is a business communication, in business or formal communication there will be subject line, export batch number, GODs, and this is the main concern. And on the right top, date of this memo. So these are the points, these are the agenda that the managing director would like to discuss with managers. So Matra, Matra importers Jakarta have informed us that the last batch of scooters export to them has fallen clouds. So these are they have got the response, means the company has got the email or any message from uh, their partner or their client in Jakarta in Indonesia. So the managing director would like to discuss on the agenda immediately, which is why he has sent the memo to to the managers. So after that, he said politely that, like, please come to my office at 11 a.m. tomorrow to discuss the matter. So he asked to come to attend in his office at 11 a.m. So I will expect the concern managers to bring with them explanation as well as the remedies. What is the explanation? How this could happen, and what is the solution for that? So he sent the message. Now on May 19, he sent the message, and the meeting is going to conduct on May 20, as per this memo. So you can see the styles of a memo as one of the main instrument of communication at the workplace or office. Memo have gradually evolved in the distinct style. Distinctive style means distinct means somehow similar, but it's a slightly different. Distinct. Okay, they are written by the person who are in a hurry, or the person who are probably in a greater hurry, or hence the ideal memo should be revealed in the meeting to the reader at the quick glance. What is even more important, that the memo should have an appearance which will tell the receiver that it can be very quick, it can be read quickly. For example, the memo looks like a several paragraphs of closely typed English prose. It's like to put aside to read the letter and not read at all. Means It means the styles of memo will be maybe informal, but maybe it won't consist of any greeting or something like that. It is to the point, and when you have to send the memo in hurry so that you can do prepare for the next program, and you are sending this memo, maybe you are sending the memo or memorandum when you are in hurry, or you have to discuss on the main agenda, the agenda with the concerned persons. And this is an internal communication, which is why it does not require any letter pad or something like that. Or you know, nowadays they don't send the memorandum through letter or something like that, or but since most of the organization follow the memorandum sending, they follow the email, they mention the memorandum on the email and send that notice to the concerned people. And कभी कभी ये भी होता कि memorandum, it doesn't mean that you are going to conduct the meeting regarding to that. जैसे कोई सिर्फ मीटिंग करनी है उसके लिए ही मेमो नहीं भेजा जाता है। जैसे कोई पॉलिसी और प्रोसीजर अनाउंस करने जा रहे हैं, जहाँ पे इंटरनल उसमें कोई पॉलिसी प्रोसीजर के लिए फर्दर डिस्कशन और मीटिंग की जरूरी नहीं है, बट दे आर जस्ट अपडेटिंग द पॉलिसी फॉर द, और दे आर जस्ट रिन्यूइंग द पॉलिसी। जैसे लास्ट ईयर का जो पॉलिसी था वही पॉलिसी मतलब दोबारा रिन्यू करने जा रहे हैं, उस टाइम पे भी दे सेंड द मेमो इन विच there won't require any meeting or like that may contains the multiple paragraphs। जैसे लास्ट ईयर के जो पॉलिसी था, जैसे हेल्थ इंश्योरेंस पॉलिसी कंपनी ने जो प्रोवाइड किया था, सेम दिस फॉर दिस ईयर आल्सो दे डू हैव द सेम पॉलिसी ऑफ द सेम अमाउंट, और जो भी क्राइटेरिया था जो सेम अमाउंट का था, उसमें द MD or director of the company sent the memo to all the staffs, all the employees, and in that policy, in that memo, he may include all the policy terms and everything, and send the email to the employee, to everyone, ऐसे करके। In that scenario, that may contain of multiple paragraphs, same policy or procedure, और उसमें फाइल अटैच करके भी भेज सकते हैं कि it depends on if the file is means policy is very long and the condition terms and condition is very long, that may not include in the single email, so can attach the document and send in the memorandum, in the memorandum format. So while talking about the styles of memo, you'll get your main message directly, cut out with every sentence, in fact every word that doesn't contribute to your message. So just the memo should be concise, to the point, and concerned to the and address to concerned people. Make your sentences short and simple. Always think of the reader's time. State your subject as precisely, say subject precisely, and itemize the points. Pay attention to the layout. Layout means what is the format of your memorandum. Means make it short, quick, short, urgent, and to the point. So this is the style of format of memo writing. And we have another minute writing. Okay. I'm sharing my screen, and this is important. What is minute? Minute is a formal way of writing. It's a formal way of writing for the points were discussed in a meeting. जो भी मीटिंग में कोई जो भी मीटिंग में पॉइंट्स और एजेंडा डिस्कस होते हैं उसके सारे मतलब रिटर्न फॉर्मेट में जो भी डॉक्यूमेंटेशन फॉर्मेट में जो भी रिकॉर्ड के लिए रखते हैं उसी को मिनट बोलते हैं. मिनट और माइन्यूट both pronunciation are correct. Minutes or minute. Minute is a formal piece of writing that we discuss in the meeting. Okay, it's a formal piece of writing that includes the agendas that we discuss in the meeting. जैसे मीटिंग कंडक्ट होता है उसके साथ साथ कोई मीटिंग कोऑर्डिनेटर और द सेक्रेटरी और द पर्सन हु इज नॉट एक्टिव इन द मीटिंग मे राइट द मिनट. जैसे मीटिंग में उसमें उसको कोई आंसर करने नहीं मतलब द पर्सन इज नॉट कंसिडर इज नॉट कंसर्न टू दी एनी एजेंडाज बट हु रिमेन्स द पैसिव ही मीन्स मतलब ही रिमेन्स एज अ inactive means active तो रहेगा but he will not express his or her opinion regarding to the agendas but his task or his main thing is to write the important points or important agendas or the important points that were discussed in the agenda. जैसे एजेंडा के अंदर जो जो पॉइंट्स डिस्कस हुए थे उसके बारे में वो पेन डाउन करता है. He will write those important points discussed under the agenda. What were the points? What is your point of view? What was the point of view from the different department? जैसे सेल्स डिपार्टमेंट के मैनेजर ने क्या बोला तो और आप मतलब आप एक मैनेजर हो आप क्वालिटी एंड कंट्रोल डिपार्टमेंट के एक मैनेजर हो आपके टीम के अंदर आप एक मीटिंग कर रहे हैं राइट. उसमें मीटिंग में आप मतलब आपके मैनेजर आपके मतलब आपके टीम मेंबर्स में फॉर एग्जांपल 10 पर्सन है 10 स्टाफ से आप जो ये टीम के अंदर अब उसमें क्वालिटी एंड कंट्रोल डिपार्टमेंट में हो आपके अंदर आपके आपके टीम में 10 मेंबर्स हैं. अब इसमें योर मैनेजर विल prepare or will show you your progress report and likewise everyone's and as a team he will discuss about what is their target and how they are able to find out the and how they are able to implement the tools for the quality and control. जो भी quality and control का ऑफिस के जो भी टूल है उसको कैसे मतलब उसको मिटिगेट कर पा रहे हैं और उसमें कैसे वो काम कर पा रहे हैं and what is the progress report of each and every person in the team and what is the target and how many employee or team members are able to achieve the target and how many are above the target and are doing the excellent job. अब उसमें मीटिंग में ये भी डिस्कस हो सकता है कि जैसे जो अबव द टारगेट है उनका मतलब हाउ दे आर एबल टू कम टू दैट लेवल एंड व्हाई द other team members are not able to meet the target and what is the suggestion from the team members who are achieving the target. ऐसे करके वो डिस्कस करते हैं मीटिंग में. अब एट द एंड ऑफ दैट जैसे डिस्कस हो गया योर मैनेजर will send a minute to everyone. They say today we have had the meeting on conference hall or जहाँ भी meeting हुआ था or on Webex or on Skype or on Google Meet and we discussed on the following agendas. ये following agenda के बारे में हमने discuss करी और and one two मतलब what are the points that we discuss in there and the email is sent to everyone. इसमें जैसे जो अगर मैनेजर आपको ईमेल सेंड करते हैं उसके डिस्कसिंग मीटिंग के रिगार्डिंग तो उसमें प्रेजेंटी के उसमें क्योंकि आपको टीम में एज अ टीम का एक होता है ईमेल एड्रेस होता है जहाँ पे कंबाइन ग्रुप होता है सो ग्रुप में भेजेंगे सो दैट इज सेंड टू एवरीवन एंड व्हिच इज द फॉर्मल piece of writing or this is the formal minute for that meeting. ये हो सकता है जैसे I will show you the format here. Please look at my screen or you can go to your unit 7. Unit 7 page number 35. It's 7.4. Okay, this is a format of minute. First, you have to write the name of the body, nature of the meeting, day, date, time, and place of the meeting. Example: minutes of the first meeting of the Board of Directors of Pashupati Exports held on 12th January 2004 at 5 p.m. in the boardroom. So this is the nature of the meeting. Nature of the meeting is the Board of Directors. Held, day, date, time, and place. This information is required while writing the minute. से मिनट लिखते वक्त ये information होना चाहिए. Or you can write in that format also. Interdepartmental Committee on Flexi Time minutes of meeting held on 16th May 2003 at 3 p.m. in committee room number 2. This is how you can also write the minute. जैसे आपके एग्जाम में ये क्वेश्चन आ सकता है. ये हो गया heading means title of the meeting. Now you will mention the presentee. Okay, presentee. Name of the board. Then you will write a list of the present. Who had presented in the meeting? MD and other managers. So name of the person, a presentee, name and their designation is required for the presentee. After that, जैसे वहाँ मीटिंग में कोई मतलब कोई सेक्रेटरी है, कोई स्पेशल इनवाइटी है, उसका नाम आप मेंशन कर सकते. और पॉइंट नंबर 3 इज एन ऑप्शनल. मीन्स जहाँ पे मैंने जैसे एक फॉर्मेट बनाया, जैसे जो जो चीज़ आपको इंक्लूड करनी है, प्रेजेंटली लिस्ट ऑफ देम, जो प्रेजेंट थे वो मीटिंग में, उसका उनका नाम और डेजिग्नेशन मेंशन करना मैंडेटरी है. आफ्टर दैट यू कैन कम टू द पॉइंट्स. जैसे आप फॉर्मेट बनाएंगे उसमें कन्फर्मिंग ऑफ मीटिंग. जैसे कन्फर्मिंग ऑफ मीटिंग यहाँ पे होता है, जैसे आप प्रीवियस मीटिंग हुआ था, प्रीवियसली कोई मीटिंग हुआ था, वो मीटिंग ने एक डिसाइड किया था कि वी विल हैव द अनदर मीटिंग अराउंड लास्ट वीक ऑफ जून. जैसे आज आपने हमने आज एक मीटिंग करी रिगार्डिंग टू दी जैसे न्यू पेंडेमिक आ रहा है ना, जैसे मंकी पॉक्स. लेट्स से वी आर गोइंग टू डिस्कस एंड वी आर फ्रॉम अ हॉस्पिटल. हम एक हॉस्पिटल से हैं, हॉस्पिटल की स्टाफ से हैं, और हम जो जो न्यूज़ में आ रहा है मंकी पॉक्स का केसेस आ रहा है. So we all are connected through Google Meet. We are conducting a meeting. How we can cope or how we can address the patient if we have such type of cases in our hospital, because there is no medicine for this virus again. इसका कोई अभी तक इतना मेडिसिन नहीं है. लाइकवाइज इन द जैसे कोविड-19 शुरू हुआ था, शुरू में कोई इसका मेडिसिन नहीं था, बट the people were just following the precaution after almost 1 year. एक साल के बाद करीब करीब तो इसका वैक्सीन आ गया. तो अब ये this situation we do not have that type of situation likewise we had in 2020. But in the new disease that monkeypox is there, तो इसके मतलब उसके कभी ट्रीटमेंट और कोई मेडिसिन नहीं है, but still the scientists and doctors are studying the nature and symptoms of that, and so that they can uh, come to the medicine invention, we can say. अब इसके रिगार्डिंग हमारे हॉस्पिटल एक मीटिंग किया. जैसे लेट्स से minutes of the first meeting of the hospital administration hospital administration of ABC Hospital held on 29th May at 10 a.m. through 10 a.m. through Google Meet. जैसे हम Google Meet से अभी connected है, so you have to mention that what is the nature, and nature of means how you are connected. We are virtually connected, so uh, 10 a.m. connected virtually through Google Meet and present name of all the participant. You have to mention the name of them. After that, जैसे इसमें कोई अटेंडी है, जैसे अभी हमें गूगल मीट में वी आर कनेक्टेड थ्रू गूगल मीट एंड वी हैव वन ऑफ द अटेंडी फ्रॉम दिल्ली RC1। जैसे दिल्ली RC1 से हमें अभी गूगल मीट में कनेक्टेड है, वो अभी एक्टिव नहीं है, but still he is there, means a person is there and connected through connected to this meeting, to this Google Meet through RC Delhi 1। जैसे वो एक्टिव तो मतलब उसमें एक्टिव नहीं है but still connected, right? So we can mention the person of like attendee of special invitee Delhi RC1, you can mention that। अब उसमें कौन मतलब name of person we don't know, so we can just mention the Delhi RC1, right? After that, we we made this point number 4। If you are looking at my screen, point number 4, जैसे point number 4 is an optional apologies for absence। जैसे कोई भी एबसेंट रहते, मतलब गूगल मीट अटेंड नहीं कर पाते और कोई भी मीटिंग अटेंड नहीं कर पाते हैं, तो उनके अनफॉर्चुनेट सिचुएशन की वजह से they may send the apology letter or apology email that due to the unfortunate situation that I will be out of the office or out of the internet connectivity, so that I will not be able to attend the meeting करके एक apology letter or apology email or text, whatever is convenient, can send। जैसे ये point number 4, point number 3 and point number 4 are optional। Point number 3 and point number 4 are optional, which is why I didn't mention there। And come to the another important point, that is confirmation of minute। The minute of the last meeting held on the minutes of the last meeting held on okay, confirmation of the minute, you have to you need the confirmation the minute of the last meeting held on this May 29th were confirmed and assigned, or if you this is how you have to mention confirmation of the minutes। But if any amendments to the minute are suggested and accepted, they are recorded as follow। जैसे कोई मीटिंग होता है जहाँ पे वोटिंग होता है और कहीं पे नोट ऑफ डिसेंट होता है, मीन्स everyone who are the participation of the meeting may not confirm or may not approve, or they do have the disagreement, or they don't agree with the agendas or the new implementation that they are going to conduct, they are going to implement। कोई भी न्यू इम्प्लीमेंटेशन का जो करने जा रहे हैं उसमें एग्री नहीं है, and they can also at that time it was pointed out that 3 items अब 50%, जैसे कोई भी अमेंडमेंट करनी है जिसको उसको संशोधन करनी है, अमेंडमेंट करनी है और उसमें एग्री नहीं है, तो उसमें 50 मतलब वी हैव अप्रूव्ड और गॉट द कंफर्मेशन फ्रॉम 90% ऑफ द पार्टिसिपेंट एंड वी हैव सम एजेंडा। जैसे कोई एजेंडा जैसे होता है ना जो एजेंडा के बारे में, तो वी हैव टू डिस्कस फर्दर, विच इज व्हाई दिस एजेंडा नंबर कुड नॉट बी कंप्लीटेड। जैसे कोई एजेंडा ऐसा होता है कि जो एक ही मीटिंग में उसको इम्प्लीमेंट नहीं कर पाते हैं, उस सिचुएशन में दैट में यू मे दैट at that time you may have to write the you have to clarify in the minute। जैसे ये एजेंडा नंबर 3 के छोड़ के मतलब एक्सेप्ट एजेंडा नंबर 3 वी हैव all the other agendas were discussed and accepted by, so you can confirm the minute। And another the most important thing of minute writing is matters arising, the matters arising, and now come to the body of the meeting, what were the points What were the points discussed on that meeting? What were the agendas discussed in the meeting? You will mention that. So manager, what is the points or the progress report from the different managers? You'll mention the all agendas in there, matter arising or discussion agendas. You can give the heading like agenda, then come to the points. What are the points? What are the important things they were discussing? This is all about the matter arising. And then come to the another point is AOB, any other business. If any item is discussed under this heading, it is minuted in the usual way. The action para is also added if required. But in case of those committees which meet a regular interval, the last item is ऐसे करके कोई भी मतलब जो एजेंडा डिस्कस करे थे उसके बियॉन्ड में कोई भी एजेंडा निकल जाता है और उसके एनी एजेंडा which may arise which may arise or which is related to the agenda that can be also mentioned in the minute. जैसे कोई एजेंडा ऐसा होता है कि उसके रिलेटेड कोई दूसरा भी इश्यू बन जाता है तो उसके बारे में भी अगर फर्दर डिस्कशन करनी हो तो यू कैन मेंशन दैट एनी अदर बिजनेस in the minute writing. And the date of next meeting, the meeting record, the minutes record the decision of the meeting in this regard. The minute record the decision of the meeting in this regard, and we'll have the meeting on regular basis regular basis around last week of जून मंथ ऐसे करके नेक्स्ट मीटिंग का डेट वो मीटिंग में डिसाइड होगा और वो करने के लिए वो बोलेंगे उसमें टीम में मीटिंग में और वो चीज़ माइन्यूट में और मिनट में मेंशन होगा. Okay, this is the format. This is one of the formats of minute writing. So you have to go through the format of minute writing and the questions, you may have the questions such as question number 2. As the Secretary of Students' Union, write a minute of meeting of the office bearers held in connection with the annual functions to be organized shortly. So you have to write a meeting. This is a very simple question, easy question. Now you got a question. You have to write the minute on the occasion of the annual functions. On the occasion of annual function that will be organized shortly. No, now you have to assume. इसमें आपने ये क्वेश्चन के आंसर करने के लिए you have to assume that आप कॉलेज स्टूडेंट के सेक्रेटरी हो. मतलब secretary most of the time remains passive in the meeting and whose task is to write the meeting or to write the important agendas or important points were discussed in the meeting. जो important points discuss करे थे उसके regarding उसको important points mention करनी है. अब to answer this question, write a minute of meeting of the office bearers held in the connection with annual functions to be organized shortly. So इसमें meeting में how do you write minutes of the meeting? Minutes of the meeting you will write of students union with with a representative from college. Held on 29th 2022 8 इसमें टाइम जिस टाइम पे मीटिंग स्टार्ट हुआ था उस टाइम आप मेंशन कर सकते हैं नो नीड टू मेंशन जैसे 10 AM to 11 AM पे जरूरी नहीं है यू कैन मेंशन द टाइम द पॉइंट ऑफ मीटिंग स्टार्टिंग at 10 AM कॉन्फ्रेंस हॉल कॉलेज के कोई कॉन्फ्रेंस हॉल था उसमें एक मीटिंग कंडक्ट किए थे 10 मई 29 2022 को 10 AM में एक कॉन्फ्रेंस कॉलेज के कॉन्फ्रेंस हॉल पे एक मीटिंग कंडक्ट हुआ था उसके रिगार्डिंग आप सेक्रेटरी हो आप एक माइन्यूट लिखेंगे यू हैव टू राइट अ माइन्यूट बिकॉज यू आर सेक्रेटरी ऑफ स्टूडेंट यूनियन along with the principal और इसमें भी और चाहिए ना स्टूडेंट यूनियंस president with principal um, president of students unions and a representative from college administration held under ऐसे करके मतलब प्रिंसिपल थे कॉलेज के प्रिंसिपल प्रेसिडेंट ऑफ ईस्टर्न यूनियन थे और एडमिन से एक रिप्रेजेंटेटिव थे ताकि जो प्रोग्राम कंडक्ट करने के लिए तो एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन की हेल्प चाहिए एंड principal or college campus chief will work as a mediator between student unions and administration, which is why 3% were there in this meeting in order to conduct a, new annual function. The annual function के regarding इसमें वहाँ पे पार्टिसिपेंट थे ये मीटिंग के लिए जस्ट आप मतलब मैंने इतना शॉर्ट इसलिए बनाया ताकि आपको मल्टीपल मल्टीपल एजेंडा मेंशन करने की जरूरत ना पड़े जितना आप शॉर्ट मेंशन करेंगे उतना आपको एग्जाम में आसान होगा मतलब इसमें थ्री पर्सन्स आर इन द मीटिंग प्रिंसिपल president of Eastern Union and a representative from college administration because that this is the first meeting that we are going to discuss about how to conduct annual function उसके रिगार्डिंग बात करने जा रहे हैं अब इसमें क्या करेंगे आप ये डिसाइड करेंगे तीन लोग 3 person in the meeting and they will assign the different activities or different tasks to students and other अदर स्टूडेंट्स, जैसे कि इसमें अब ये क्या क्या काम करने जा रहे हैं, कैसे उसका एनुअल फंक्शन कैसे करेंगे, और किसको इनवाइट करेंगे, whom they are going to invite, like a finance minister or chief minister or any other intellectual person, जैसे वो सोसाइटी में कोई, और यही वही कॉलेज से जो पढ़ाई करके गए और जो हायर पोजीशन में है, अच्छी पोजीशन में है, दे विल डिसाइड इन दिस मीटिंग, यू विल मेंशन दैट, आपको इमेजिन ये करना है कि आप तीन लोग थे उसमें मीटिंग में, उसमें से आप एक थे, जैसे आप यू हैव टू इमेजिन दैट यू आर द प्रेसिडेंट ऑफ ईस्टर्न यूनियन, आप आपको ये इमेजिन करना है, और कैंपसशिप से और कॉलेज के एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन से कोई रिप्रेजेंटेटिव थे, तीन लोग थे उसमें। अब उसमें हाउ यू विल डिस्कस on how you wanted to express your idea as a students union, how you wanted to conduct this annual function or annual program, uh, as if president of eastern unions, what are the activities, what are the functions and activities you like to perform, you like to from the students, क्या क्या activities आपने student side से आप कराना चाहते हैं और uh, करने जा रहे हैं, you will explain that is to be written in the minute writing. And presents campus chief, college chief or principal, name of students union, president name, then comes the representative from name. You were the representative of this meeting, and now all are presented there, which is why you don't have to mention the apology from absentee or chief guest or something like that. इसके जरूरी नहीं है, क्योंकि ये आप प्रिपरेशन के लिए मीटिंग करने जा रहे हैं, ये प्रिपरेशन के लिए मीटिंग है, सो द एजेंडा वॉन्ट बी वेरी लॉन्ग, एजेंडा इतने लंबे नहीं होंगे। और नाउ यू कैन गो टू द confirmation of meeting. Confirmation of minute. Okay, the meeting that was held on May 29th is confirmed, is accepted and confirmed, accepted and confirmed by confirmed and assigned. You can mention that the meeting which is conducted on May 29th is confirmed and signed. And another is matter arising. इसमें ना आपको ऐसे करके जरूरी नहीं कि ऑन दैट मीटिंग द फॉलोइंग एजेंडाज वेर डिस्कस, पॉइंट नंबर 1, ऐसे करके जरूरी नहीं है। जैसे मैटर अराइजिंग लिख दिया, उसके बाद it is decided that the annual function will be conducted, will hold on June 20th, on the June 20th, 2022, in college. At college, if they have any type of, जैसे कॉलेज के अंदर कोई भी अलग अलग फील्ड होते हैं ना, कॉलेज ground, such as cultural program, जो भी होंगे डांस, uh, singing and other activities, cultural programs and activities, such as dances, singing, dramas will be performed, and the details will be extends. इसके रिगार्डिंग जो भी कल्चर प्रोग्राम के रिगार्डिंग जो भी होगा वो प्रेसिडेंट यूनियन का जो प्रेसिडेंट है ना वो सबमिट करेंगे। उसके रिगार्डिंग जो भी प्रोग्राम होगा ये प्रेसिडेंट प्रेसिडेंट यूनियन का हेड है, मतलब उसके मतलब रेस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी के अंदर आएगा, because he will assign the different student and may announce to may get the list of the student who would like to participate in these functions, ऐसे करके पॉइंट्स नंबर एंड अब एडमिन एडमिन का आएगा, एडमिन बोलेगा कि इतना कॉस्ट कितना आएगा, and what is the budget is decided, uh, budget is decided for this annual function. अब इसमें after that they will go chief finance minister, education minister, education ये एनुअल फंक्शन में चीफ एजुकेशन मिनिस्टर विल बी द चीफ गेस्ट। स्पीच, he will deliver the speech। आप स्पीच कब डिलीवर दैट यू हैव टू मेंशन इन देयर। इसके बाद जैसे आफ्टर वेलकम स्पीच और आफ्टर शोइंग द आफ्टर स्टैंड परफॉर्म देयर, उनका स्पीच लास्ट में होता है, जैसे एजुकेशन मिनिस्टर चीफ गेस्ट का स्पीच स्पेशली कोई भी जैसे जो जो एक्टिविटीज अपना एक्टिविटी परफॉर्म करते हैं उसके बाद इस चीफ गेस्ट का स्पीच होता है, और जैसे ही उनका स्पीच हो जाता है उसके बाद ऑलमोस्ट द प्रोग्राम कंप्लीट हो जाता है। ऐसे करके यू हैव टू मेंशन द points how you are going to how you are going to discuss the points in this meeting, and you can write the minute writing in this format. जैसे मैटर अराइजिंग हो गया, उसके बाद आप you have to mention the any other business if there, and if not you don't have to mention. And next is another point, you have to mention that date of next meeting. This is important. जैसे ये preparation meeting है, आप you will mention that the date of next meeting to be held on जून 5 22 को एक मीटिंग दोबारा होगा, क्योंकि उस टाइम तक आप डिसाइड करेंगे कि कौन कौन स्टूडेंट पार्टिसिपेट करेंगे, क्या क्या एक्टिविटीज होगा, वो आप वो सबमिट करेंगे। उसके बेसिस में फिर एक फाइनल डिसीजन होगा, हु विल एंकर द हु विल बी द होस्ट ऑफ दिस प्रोग्राम, मींस जो भी शेड्यूल होगा वो देना होगा, व्हिच इज व्हाई नेक्स्ट मीटिंग टू बी हेल्ड ऑन 5 जून with the details, and that will be the end of your minute writing. अब इसमें क्वेश्चन नंबर, ये 15 नंबर का क्वेश्चन है, आपको मैटर अराइजिंग में आपको you have to mention what are the things you will discuss in this meeting and how you are going to prepare. यहाँ मतलब इसके बाद बजट की बात आएगा, कितना बजट, एक्सपेंसेस, एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन बोलेगा कितना एक्सपेंसेस कर सकते हैं। और इसमें कैंपस चीफ का जो कैंपस चीफ अपना कॉलेज का जो कैंपस कॉलेज चीफ और कॉलेज प्रिंसिपल, there will be the speech from campus chief regarding to the progress or the role of students, और जैसे आपने एजुकेशन, इम्पोर्टेंस ऑफ एजुकेशन के बारे में उनका स्पीच होगा, ये स्पीच हो कैंपस का उनका स्पीच होगा, राइट। सो likewise you can mention the other matters that we discuss in the meeting, जो प्रोग्राम करने जा रहे हैं उसके रिगार्डिंग आप ऐसे करके you will have to write the minute for that question number 2. For question number 1, say what is the purpose of writing of the minutes of a meeting, discuss the abilities and skills required to writing a minute, give example with necessary. See, what is the purpose of writing minute? The main purpose of writing a minute is to keep the decision, or to keep the track of the agenda that we discuss in a meeting. Since the meeting is the spoken text, it's a spoken text, and once the meeting is hold, the discussion where the points or the agendas were discussed in there, and there is nowhere we can keep the track of them, which is why it's a good practice, which is why minute writing is important to keep the track of the agendas, and check the and in order to make the implementation of the things were discussed in the meeting. जैसे इसका मतलब ये मेन पर्पज ये है कि जो मीटिंग होता है, मीटिंग तो ओरल और स्पोकन टेक्स्ट होता है, उसके जो इम्प्लीमेंटेशन और डिसीजन जो भी करते हैं वहाँ पे जो एग्रीमेंट करते हैं उसके रिगार्डिंग हमें वी हैव टू कीप दोस इन रिकॉर्ड, एंड सो दैट द वी कैन कीप ट्रैक ऑफ द प्रोग्रेस, जो मीटिंग में जो डिस्कस किया था उसके रिगार्डिंग हम ट्रैक कर सकें, ताकि इन फ्यूचर में उसको कोई प्रॉब्लम हो। दिस इज द मेन पर्पज, and this is the documentation purpose also for the record in future also, that will be helpful to see how, what were the progress in previous year, in the previous quarter. So which is why the meeting are held. This is the main purpose, and discuss the abilities and skills required. Since क्योंकि discuss the skills means minute writing is informal writing. This minute writing is a formal writing, and which held the all the information that were discussed in the meeting. Even if you are not presented in the meeting, you can, if you read the minute, and you can understand what we're discussing there. जैसे आप मीटिंग में नहीं थे और एब्सेंस थे, बट आपको उपस्थित होना जरूरी था, you have to attend, but due to the unfortunate situation or any other reason you could not attend the meeting. But if you look or if you read the minute, you will understand that what we discussed in this meeting. जैसे मीटिंग किसी ने किसी से पूछे, आपने जैसे मीटिंग में जो अटेंड किए थे उनसे आपने पूछे कि क्या क्या डिस्कस हुए थे, और उन्होंने बताया, उनको जितना रिमेम्बर हो, मतलब उनको जितना रिकल कर सकते हैं, जितना याद कर सकते हैं उतना बताएं. बट आप इफ यू रीड द माइनट, यू विल अंडरस्टैंड द, you will read, you can understand or you can see what were the agendas discussed and what was the opinion from the different persons. And if there are any disputes or disagreement, कोई कोई एजेंडा के रिगार्डिंग किसी का डिसएग्रीमेंट भी हो सकता है, जैसे पॉइंट नंबर 3 और पॉइंट नंबर 4. जैसे कोई सेल्स मैनेजर और प्रोडक्शन मैनेजर और एनी अदर डिपार्टमेंट्स के उनका डिसकंटेंट भी हो सकता है, वो उसके रिगार्डिंग फर्दर मीटिंग में हम डिस्कस करेंगे. क्योंकि जो और उनका जो प्रोग्रेस रिपोर्ट अच्छा नहीं है, और फिर फ्यूचर में वो प्रोग्रेस रिपोर्ट अच्छा करके दूंगा, मतलब कोई भी प्रॉमिस और प्लीज करेंगे, तो उसके रिगार्डिंग भी पॉइंट्स होंगे, और उसमें वो आगे फ्यूचर अच्छा करके देने का उनका जो प्रॉमिस होता है वो चीज़ भी पता चल जाएगा. सो देर आर दी things. So if you mention those in all the points were discussed in the meeting, and if you have the good skill of writing the minute, and of course you can give the good idea, you can give the, you get the all information of the meeting, and which is why the skills and a good skills is required for the writing. एन एग्जाम्पल जैसे मैंने बताया ना अभी, जैसे कोई भी प्रोग्रेस रिपोर्ट के हैं, और जैसे since this is a formal writing, so that it should be concise. It should be concise. Concise means short, brief, but include all informations, and the things which were already mentioned in the agendas, in the previous agenda, should not repeat. जैसे कोई भी एजेंडा प्रीवियसली डिस्कस हो गए हैं, उसके वो रिपीट नहीं करना चाहिए. Which is why it requires a skill to write the minute. जैसे उसलिए minute writing को अच्छे बनाने के लिए secretary or non-active person will remain in the meeting, and whose task is to understand the points we discuss in the meeting and write down. And company provided register, और कोई भी रजिस्टर होता है कंपनी में minute writing के, उसमें मेंशन करते हैं. अगर वो रजिस्ट्री में और हैंड रिटन नहीं होता है तो ईमेल लिखते हैं. The person will have to write an email and send to that email to everyone. जैसे at the end of the, जैसे यहाँ हमने किया ना confirmation of the next meeting, और confirmation of the meeting, confirming of the meeting, minute को confirm जैसे करते हैं, जैसे at the end of the meeting we discuss those agendas, and do you have any points, or would you like to add anything else, जैसे करके confirm करते हैं वहाँ पे, जैसे मीटिंग में ये पॉइंट्स डिस्कस करें, इसमें क्या प्रॉब्लम है, क्या प्रॉब्लम है, जो भी आपका ये पॉइंट्स आप एग्री हो, यस एग्री हो. सो दीज थिंग्स, ऑल दीज थिंग्स आर इंक्लूडेड इन द मिनट. और कोई ऑर्गेनाइजेशन ये भी करते हैं कि मिनट, जैसे मिनट एट द एंड ऑफ द मीटिंग द मिनट राइटिंग विल कंप्लीट, एंड दे हैव टू साइन इन देयर आल्सो. जो भी रजिस्टर होगा जहाँ पे डिस्कशन और पॉइंट्स जो एजेंडा डिस्कस किए थे उसमें, यू मे हैव टू साइन इन देयर आल्सो. That may also require. Okay, these are the mainly two important questions regarding to the minute writing. And one more thing is about note taking. And taking note or making note that we discussed in first semester, if you recall that we discussed in first semester. So the nature of the intention of taking note is to keep note down the important points that were in the speech or written text, so that you can use the abbreviations while you are taking or making note. You may have to use the abbreviations or use the short form of the word. Means if the word is repeated and the word is long, so that you cannot write that word every time in your sentence, so you can use the abbreviation, or you can shrink, or you can use the mathematical tools or mathematical sign to take a note. The making note is informal writing. This is not formal writing, which is why it may have grammatical error or other type of error. And while making note, you do not change the language of that, but you make the short of the sentences. जैसे आप नोट बनाने जा रहे हैं उस टाइम पे you don't change the language. वहाँ पे आपके अपने लैंग्वेज में नहीं लिखना, but you may have to shrink the uh, words, जैसे sentences. ग्रामेटिकल एरर होगा, और जैसे कंप्लीट सेंटेंस लिखने की जरूरी नहीं है. मैथमेटिकल जो टूल्स होते हैं, जैसे जो मैथमेटिकल साइन होते हैं ना, that you can use, that we all discuss in first semester. And go through the book once, and this is not important from examination point of view. Taking note ये इतना important नहीं है अभी second semester में. And next is for presentation skills. I would like to highlight the language focus for presentation skills. Presentation skills.
ये इसको भी बंद कर दो, मर्जी है तुम्हारी। ये तो ये रहने दो। कहाँ बना? हेलो।
Okay. For presentation skills, the language focus, it should be while we are using the dress, it should be business formal. Dress code will be business formal. You have to wear the business formal, and while you are speaking, while you are presenting your paper, while you are addressing the audience, you should have the good eye contact. Good eye contact means you keep on looking at the audience, look at the audience instead of just looking at the wall. जैसे आपको मतलब जैसे कोई क्या करते हैं कि वॉल पे देखते हैं, और कहीं में looking at the ceiling, जैसे सीलिंग पे देखना, वॉल पे देखना. Instead of doing that, you may have to look at the audience and make eye contact, and present that as if there is no one. जैसे आपको confidence build up नहीं हो रहा है, तो you have to pretend that they there is no one. You are the only person is speaking or presenting your paper. But of course, if you have a good confidence and have not you do not hesitate, yeah, keep on doing the eye contact, looking at the audience and what is their opinion. And if you see the audience are raising their hands to ask you the question, do not involve in there. जैसे आप present करने जा रहे हैं उस time पे पहले you have to introduce yourself, and you have to tell the objective of your paper, objective of your presentation. What is the objective of your presentation? And you will tell the what are the important points that you are going to discuss, that you are going to highlight there वो पेपर प्रेजेंट में. और आपके पास कोई भी टूल होंगे, जैसे फॉर एग्जांपल ऑडियो वीडियो और एनी डेटा और डायग्राम you may have to show. You can tell at first, okay, I have a data or comparative data that I will show through the audio video and through on projector में आप दिखाने जा रहे हैं, ये भी बताएंगे. After that, if there is any doubts or any further clarification, I will allow to the audience for 10 minutes or for 5 minutes or for half an hour times. जितना आपका वो है presentation है उसके regarding, you will have to tell to the audience that you are going to allow to ask the question at last. Means after you have completed your presentation, you have to tell the audience that you will allow them to ask the question. Means इसमें क्या करना कि जैसे at first you introduce, you tell the objective, and you give the brief, very short about your presentation, why you are going to show that presentation on that topic. उसके टॉपिक के बारे में, सर्टेन टॉपिक के रिगार्डिंग आप क्यों प्रेजेंटेशन करने जा रहे हैं. और उसके बाद टू फर्दर you will show the some pictures, or you will show the some videos which are related to my presentation, which may I believe that those information will help to understand it more clearly. ऐसे बोलेंगे आप, मतलब ये पिक्चर के थ्रू जो भी मैं डेटा इंफॉर्मेशन फर्दर एग्जांपल के रूप में शो करूंगा, मैं ऐसा विश्वास करता हूँ कि दिस इंफॉर्मेशन विल हेल्प टू अंडरस्टैंड इट बेटर. At the end of my presentation, I will allow the audience to ask any questions or any clarification for 15 minutes, and that will be the end of my presentation. This is how you have to give the brief introduction or brief highlight about the presentation you are going to demonstrate, you are going to show. Of the thing, while you go for any presentation, you have to wear the business formal. For gents, suit, pants, shirt. For ladies, can be the as per the cultural traditional dress. In India, women, they wear sari, sari blouse, and that's a formal dress also. And some modern ladies may wear the for Western uh, formal dress also. That both type of dress are accepted, and should have a good eye contact and use of the signposting. Signposting means, like as I said earlier, explain the visual bar diagram or audio video if you have any such piece of information to prove your idea, to prove your concept. जो आपने अपने जो कंसेप्ट और जो जिसके रिगार्डिंग टॉपिक के रिगार्डिंग बात करना चाह रहे हैं, इसके रिगार्डिंग आपके कोई एग्जांपल्स हैं और कोई इमेजेस हैं, कोई वीडियो है, वो आप यू कैन शो. एंड इफ यू हैव एनी डेटा, लाइक जैसे डेटा प्रीवियस ईयर के डेटा ये थे, अभी के प्रोग्रेस रिपोर्ट ये है, इफ यू हैव दैट काइंड ऑफ डेटा आल्सो यू कैन show them. And once you have done all things, you have to conclude once without adding the new information. Conclusion में हमेशा क्या होता है कि you will sum up what you have said earlier. जैसे आप पैसेज लिखने जा रहे हैं, कंपोजिशन लिखने जा रहे हैं, उसमें भी आप जो प्रीवियसली जो भी पॉइंट्स और कंसेप्ट आपने पहले डिस्कस की करी, उसके रिगार्डिंग आप समिंग अप करेंगे, अब न्यू पॉइंट्स मेंशन नहीं करेंगे. जैसे आपको कंपोजिशन लिखते लिखते बाद में याद आया कि हाँ ये चीज भी मेंशन में वो चीज मेंशन नहीं करेंगे. मींस in conclusion or in summing up, uh, I my attempt was to clarify regarding to this, जैसे कोई टॉपिक के बारे में बात करना चाह रहे हैं, जैसे इंडिया में इंटरनेट फैसिलिटी और द पॉसिबिलिटी और feasibility or potential of 5G internet connection in India. How soon we can implement the 5G technology in India? इसके रिगार्डिंग आप प्रेजेंटेशन देने जा रहे हैं. अब देखो देखो सी 3G टू 4G में इतना जल्दी कन्वर्ट हो गया. वर्ल्ड इज नाउ, देर इज परहैप्स देर इज नो कंट्री इन द वर्ल्ड which does not have 4G internet connection. See, technology is very advanced. Now, it has been more than, I guess, 4 years. In India, around 4 years, 4 to 5 years, maybe more than 5 years, that we have 4G technology. But still, why we are waiting for further years for 5G technology? Why there is a delay there? What are the challenges? अब इसके रिगार्डिंग आपने प्रेजेंटेशन करने जा रहे हैं, तो उसमें आप डेटा दिखाएंगे, शो करेंगे व्हाट वाज द टाइम. जैसे 2G था पहले, 2G से 3G में जाने में बहुत साल लगा था, एज कम्पेयर टू दैट एक उसके बारे में एग्जाम्पल के रूप में बताऊँ तो 2G it was starting off that, and a 3G it took many years for 3G come to the 3G, and it was very quick to come to the 4G. After that, see, it has been the 5 years, around 5 years in India, and we don't have the 5G technology, and there may be the lots of challenges or obstacles due to why we are not able to implement, or the companies are not able to launch the new technology. There may be the lots of reason, and you have a presentation regarding to that. एंड इसके रिगार्डिंग आप ऊपर बताए सारे चीज, अब कंक्लूजन में आप क्या बोलेंगे ऊपर जो भी बताया आपने. ओके, my intention to provide the all information, and hopefully we will have the modern technology since we are developing our technology and more technology in advance. And shortly we are going we have the 5G technology with the advanced internet connectivity and all. ऐसे करके आप कंक्लूजन करेंगे आगे ऊपर जो बताए उसके आप समिंग अप करना है कोई भी मतलब इवन इन द कंप्यूटेशन राइटिंग और इन द प्रेजेंटेशन स्किल्स और द कंक्लूजन ऑफ प्रेजेंटेशन स्किल्स और एनीथिंग you mentioned that. And after that, after your conclusion, now you have to okay. Thank you so much for your cooperation. Now I would like to welcome the questions or any queries regarding to my presentation. ऐसे करके आप you have to invite the question from the audience. And the last is negotiation skills. You know, negotiation is the process of bargain. In fact, it's a process of it's a the process of come to the middle point between two parties. Means what is your demand and what is the supply, what is the demand portion and what is the supply portion, and you come to the conclusion or come to at that point which is beneficial for both parties. Means you're looking for iPhone or phone in 20,000, but the cost of that product is 20. The seller is saying it's 22,000, and you may go to 21,000. You are willing to pay 21,000, and the seller will give you the discount of 1,000, and you come to that agreement that you make that deal on 21,000 or any other. This is one of the example. So negotiation, and while you are in negotiation, first before negotiation you go for the negotiation, you have to prepare yourself. Prepare means you have to look at your company's business and what how much is required to have और adopt the new business. जैसे आप कोई new client के साथ business करने जा रहे हैं, उससे पहले आप प्रिपरेशन करेंगे उसमें कितने प्रॉफिट होगा और कितने कितने लॉस होगा और कितना बजट और कैपिटल इन्वेस्टमेंट करना पड़ेगा। उसके बेसिस में आपका मतलब जो टारगेट होगा कितना प्रॉफिट का टारगेट प्रॉफिट का परसेंटेज कितना होगा यू विल स्टडी ऑल दिस बैकग्राउंड नॉलेज यू विल प्रिपेयर फॉर दैट and once you have prepared for that, of course you go for the debate, face to face meeting or face to face negotiation. That will be the debating phase also. And you talk about that what would be our cost, what would be our investment, what would be our loss, everything on debate phase में आप वो चीज़ बताएंगे जो कि आपको कंपनी के कंट्रीब्यूट कितना होगा। अब उसके that on the basis of those investment and the capital spent we will do, we'd like to propose on this amount. जैसे इतना अमाउंट में हम मतलब हम बिजनेस कर सकते हैं इतना इतना इसके बेसिस में आप you will propose that. After that the other parties will also propose. Then you will come to the bargaining phase, and that may turn into the sell or decline. Bargaining phase is the last crucial phase that either your sell your product your service or product will sold out or decline. You don't have to go for further follow-up after the bargaining is done. So these are the negotiation skills. They this in theoretical, you know, we are by birth very good in negotiation in bargaining while we are purchasing anything, even if we take an example through vegetables to uh, garment or any other place, we would like to get discount. जैसे हमारे आदत ये है ना कोई प्रोडक्ट में एमआरपी में आपने परचेज करी तो हमें ऐसा लगता है कि वी आर पेइंग मोर and negotiation skills also negotiation also may involve in the job at the time of interview also means your salary expectation and what is the budget of the company, and you may have to negotiate with the salary and remuneration part, and that time also you have to be very prepared before you are going to express your ideas or your demand. जैसे आपके सैलरी डिमांड है 50,000 और उसने कंपनी ने प्रपोज किया कि 30,000, हाउ डू यू गो दैट, और आपके डिमांड है 50,000, कंपनी का ऑलरेडी पॉलिसी ये है कि तो आपके डेजिग्नेशन के लेवल में 70,000 सैलरी प्रपोज करने जा रहे हैं। तो so which is why to not to have this kind of confusion, you may have to do lots of preparation उसके रिगार्डिंग कंपनी के पॉलिसी, कंपनी कैसा टाइप का है, तो प्रिपरेशन करने की जरूरी पड़ेगा। So that's all about in your unit 10. जैसे मैंने आपको ये स्किप कर दिया कि जो प्रेजेंटेशन स्किल्स का जो होता है ना, व्हाट आर दी प्रेजेंटेशन स्किल, व्हाट आर दी डिस्कस ऑन द प्रेजेंटेशन स्किल्स। जो आप यूनिट 8 में जाके वहाँ आप जा सकते हैं कि मतलब देख सकते, यू कैन रीड दी व्हाट आर द इम्पोर्टेंट पॉइंट्स यू हैव टू प्रिपेयर फॉर प्रेजेंटेशन स्किल व्हाइल डिलीवरिंग योर प्रेजेंटेशन, you have to read those points.
Sir, can you share this PPT with us?
अभी मैं शेयर करने जा रहा हूँ आपको।
Okay, sir.
अब आप कोई भी क्वेश्चन है तो आप पूछ सकते हैं।
सर ये नेगोशिएशन में ये डिबेटिंग फेज इसमें क्या है, मेरे को थोड़ा सही समझ नहीं आया।
हाँ जी जी, डिबेटिंग फेज ऐसा स्टेज है जिसमें आप मतलब तो सामान परचेज करेंगे और रिजेक्ट करेंगे, और जैसे डिबेटिंग फेज ये फाइनल स्टेज है, इधर इट कन्वर्ट टू द सेल और डिक्लाइन। और जैसे आप इंटरव्यू दिए, आपने इंटरव्यू हो गया, आपका सारे प्रोसेस हो गया, राइट। उसके बाद एक ऑपरेशन राउंड होता है, उसमें आपका मतलब सैलरी एक्सपेक्टेशन कुछ अमाउंट होता है और कंपनी आपको इतना अमाउंट की सैलरी प्रोवाइड करेंगे करके प्रपोज करते हैं। उस टाइम पे आप एग्री नहीं हो, राइट, इफ यू आर नॉट एग्री विद द सैलरी दे आर ऑफरिंग, you will reject, and you will try to bargain, you will try to negotiate and come to the points that जैसे आपकी सैलरी डिमांड है 30,000, कंपनी आपको 20,000 प्रपोज कर रहे हैं। अब आप में इसमें यहाँ पर यू हैव टू बी वेरी माइंडफुल टू नेगोशिएट और टू बार्गेन इन देयर, मीन्स जैसे आप 20,000 से आगे नहीं जा रहे, आपको डिमांड है 30,000, यू नो, you have to tell that I do respect the company policy which you have, and you know the current situation, everything is in inflation, means inflation is there, means everything is expensive, getting expensive, and you know it has been difficult for us to manage everything, so I think my demand is not that much high.
Yes, sir.
ऐसे करके आप उनको कन्विंस करना था
Yes, sir.
बार्गेनिंग।
Okay, sir. Thank you.
वेलकम। एनी क्वेश्चन, जो भी क्वेश्चन है आप पूछ सकते हो।
सर जो आपने वर्ड पे कराया था हमें, मीटिंग मीटिंग माइनट्स लिखवाए थे सर, इसमें जो पहला क्वेश्चन था वो आप एक बार एक्सप्लेन कर सकते हैं फिर से?
एक सेकेंड।
सर ये राइट द पर्पस ऑफ राइटिंग ऑफ मिनट्स ऑफ द ऑफ अ मीटिंग, सर ये आप एक्सप्लेन कर सकते हैं एक बार फिर से?
श्योर श्योर।